I'm visiting today with Ms. Mimi Nguyen, who's a recent graduate of the Certificate Program in Greenhouse Gas Management at the George Washington University. Mimi, could you tell us a little bit about your experiences in that program?
In terms of what motivated me to enroll the certificate, I have always been interested in different aspects of climate change, its science, its solution, the risks associated with it, and the policies that address or not address climate change. Not only does the certificate training address its interest of mine, but it also discusses the risk posed by climate change and what greenhouse gas management means in regard to that context. More importantly, it also touched upon the more practical implementation of sustainability into business practice. It took me 3 semesters, one during my second semester, one during my third semester, and 2 courses during my last semester. The courses were definitely challenging. In comparison to the courses that I was taking for my master's in engineering management, the certificate courses have more of a specialized focus. Not only do the courses touch upon the most up-to-date standards, protocols, analysis regarding greenhouse gas management and climate change, but they also demonstrate the specific methods to measure, report, and verify greenhouse gas emission. In my opinion, the program has a very great overall balance. They touch upon the foundational knowledge of climate change, but at the same time address the practical side of the field of greenhouse gas management. It was a big learning curve for me, not so much in terms of the materials, but in terms of how to really excel in the untraditional setup of the classroom. In comparison to the courses that I were taking at the same time for my engineering management master degree, I found that with the way the courses were set up, the tools and materials provided by the instructors, there was not so much of a difference in terms of classroom interaction. You can still maintain excellent communication and interaction with your instructors and your colleagues inside and outside of the online classroom. In fact, I've had more overall interaction with my classmates in the certificate courses due to the way that the class was structured. What I found the most important to get the most out of the face-to-face session, with each online classroom session typically lasting about an hour, is that I really have to show up knowing the materials, knowing the discussion topic of the day, and knowing all the questions that I need to ask or need to be elaborated by the instructor. In terms of highlight of classes, I don't particularly have one unique highlight moment for the certificate training courses, but the one thing that stands out the most to me after taking the courses were the tools and skill sets that were provided to me as an aspiring professional in the field of greenhouse gas management. The instructors really put their best effort to introduce the most up-to-date tools and software that are being utilized currently in the field of greenhouse gas management. My takeaway from the certificate training is that greenhouse gas management is a new and ever evolving field. And as a professional in this field, it is my responsibility to be up to date on knowledge such as standards, protocols, methods, mitigation pathway analysis, or anything just related to climate change and greenhouse gas management. I definitely would recommend taking the certificate courses if you are aspire to be a professional in this field. I really don't have any suggestions in terms of how to improve the content or the material of the courses. However, I do wish that we could have gotten more time to go even more in depth into the material, but perhaps this is more constrained by the time and the scope of the certificate training courses. Overall, I'm very satisfied with my experience with the certificate in greenhouse gas management.
Thanks, Mimi. If you'd like more information about the Greenhouse Gas Management Program, visit the website listed here today.